Hello, hello, truth seekers all over the world. This is Matthew from Back to the Covenant. Hope you're having an amazing day wherever you're at in the world, whenever you may be watching this. So, a couple weekends ago, I was at a convention and I was talking to a couple gentlemen, and I think the context of the conversation, we were talking about different resources and ways we study scripture. And I mentioned eSword, and one gentleman had never heard of it. And the other gentleman, who happens to be Josh and founder Earth Brothers, he suggested, hey, you should do a tutorial video on how to use eSword. So here you go, Josh. Here's the video. So with the first part of the video, I want to show a tutorial on how to use it on your laptop, and here's how it looks. Laptop, PC, basically a computer, but it is available on. Scroll down. It says right here. Here's all the places it's available: Android, Apple, Mac, iPad, and iPhone. But it's also, you can download it right here on your PC. Very easy to download. And so on the second part, I will try if I can figure it out how to do it on my phone and show a screen share on my phone. So hopefully that works out too. But at least I'll show a tutorial on how it works on a PC. If I have a laptop, but that's okay. So if you type in eSword into your favorite search engine, whatever it is, this is the website you'll see right here, esword.net. And click here to download it on the PC. So if you scroll down, this is the home page. There's all the stuff I just showed a minute ago. So here's the featured, or features. And so you can check all that out. And so if this video I'm going to do right here is not an in-depth enough tutorial, what I recommend is check out the training page. And you can click on these and it'll show videos like downloading additional resources for eSword. I recommend watching that video after this one, because I'm not really going to cover that. I'm going to cover other stuff when I get into actual eSword. And then FAQs might be a good thing to click on too, just to see common questions that people have. So when it comes to technology, people always have questions. So here is eSword. Let me raise this up. Let's see. Okay. Raise that up a little bit. There we go. So you can see where it says eSword. I just happen to have Psalms 19, interesting chapter about Bible's creation and the Torah. So let's see, where do I want to start? So let's look at the Bibles section first. Actually, let me do so I have the Bible books, Bibles, and dictionaries, and this is how I like it. So everybody's different. I'll show you how to change the way it looks, or the interface, so to speak. So with these little buttons right here, you can unpin it, and it'll put it over here on the left. So I'll do that to a couple. So see this right here, if it looks like this, that means it's pinned. So let me put these back up. See, it's unpinned if it's facing that way, and it's pinned if it's facing down. So if you click it, it'll put it back up here. So let me put it back how I like it. So if you like commentaries and you want to open, so it'll open up like that too if you hover over it. And then the editors, I don't really use that. So just a FYI, what you're seeing right here on the screen, all these different Bible translations or versions, all these different dictionaries. When I downloaded eSword on this laptop years ago, and somebody had I think it's a CD-ROM with it on there, and it was souped up. It was a juiced up version. It was like eSword on steroids. So if you come over here to their website and you click this button, you're not going to get everything that you see here, and even in the resource library, which I'll cover that in a little bit. So here's the different views. I like to keep it on the show all windows, but if you want to change it, so here's the Bible maximized, commentary maximized, dictionary maximized, and editor maximized. But I like to keep it here. So here's all the different scripture translations I have. And my favorite is the Scriptures 1998 Plus. It's a translation, so it's not perfect like any other translation. So couple I would recommend is definitely a KJV-A, and the A is for the Apocrypha. So here's the Bible books tab, and it shows all the different books on the one that you have open right here. So, see, this is KJVA. You see you have 1st, 2nd Esdras, Tobit, Judith, all the Maccabees, all the apocryphal books. So if I click on the KJV, notice how they disappear because they took them out. So the original King James 1611, so here it is right here, which I'd highly recommend if you can get access to it, get it so you can see how it was originally. And just a side nugget, there's no letter J in the King James 1611. Let me show that real quick. See if I can find verse real quick with the Messiah's name. See right here, you got, this is Matthew 123. This is not J, but you can see how the language was different. So this is virgin, it's got a U. So here's Joseph. It's with the I. So just a side nugget. That's not do each sword. If you look to prove the Messiah's name is not Jesus, just you can look to King James 1611. So this is not really a video on that, but just a side nugget. Because names are important. And scripture's clear on that, but I mean, don't get too hung up on that kind of stuff. Love people where they're at, but just a side nugget. And here's Judas right here, and Jacob. No J's. Alright, so one I would recommend is the King James 1611, the KJVA, which comes with apocryphal books. But you will get the KJV Plus when you automatically download eSword. And what that does, it gives you the ability to look up Greek Strong's numbers in the New Testament and Hebrew Strong's numbers in the Old Testament. Because that's where your scripture studies really need to get in depth when you're being a word nerd. So another one I would highly recommend is the Brentons. So you can only look at verses in the Old Testament with the Brentons. So I'll click on Matthew and you'll see it'll show this. Not available in this translation. That's because it was only for the Old Testament translation. So it's good to compare the Septuagint against the Masoretic text, which most of your modern American translations in English, whether it's the scriptures, whether it's the Word of Yahweh, which is a translation that has some of the names in it, but it's mostly in the King James text, and the King James are all the Masoretic text. So I'm not going to dive too deep on that. That's another side topic. So a feature that's really cool here in the Bibles tab is you can compare. You can pick a verse and you can compare all the translations that you have up here in this section. You can look at the same verse, which I would highly recommend doing this when studying different topics. You can look at the same verse in all the scriptures that you have that are available. Because if I look up something, yeah, let's see, I think, yeah, it doesn't have the Britons in this list because this is a New Testament verse. Another thing that's really cool is the parallel option. So you see all these, let's see, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 different translations that you have up here, and you can change them to whichever ones you want to look at the time. And you can look at an entire chapter of a text. So let me show that. Let me just click somewhere else. All right, there it goes. So this Hosea 1, and it'll show every single verse and how it's worded in all these different translations. And you can put none if you want to on certain blocks. If you just want to look at 2, 3, or 4, then you can change it to whatever you want. And so over here are the dictionaries. So let me get off of this so I can click on this. All right. So let's just do a random word. So here's Hosea 1:1, and here is the word came. It's Hayah. H1961. A primitive root, compare. Then you can look at that. You hover over it, it'll show you what it is. And then you can come over here and you can type in. If you have a specific Strong's number you want to look up, you can just type it in right here. And so I also have the BDB just to have a different source to look, see how stuff was translated. But be careful with the BDB. Not going to go too deep in that. And then the KJC is a really cool one. I would highly recommend it if it doesn't come with the automatic download of eSword's website. So what this does, it's a King James Concordance, and if you hover over any of these tabs, it'll show you what it is. Show you description just like that. So the King James Concordance, it shows with a particular Strong's number how many times it's translated as a certain word. So came is 538. Scroll down, you'll see come is 136, and does all the way, every single way that verse is or that word is translated into the King James. And then, of course, you can look something up and then come over here and compare it to another translation. And something I would recommend. Let's see, do I have it in here? I don't have it in here, but I have it on my phone. So what I would recommend, I learned this from Jeff Benner, reading one of his books, is have a Jewish translation and a Christian translation or English translation, but compare those two, because you'll see, I mean, when you see a Jewish translation, it's their theological or religious slant on that text. And then on the flip side, if you look at a Christian translation like King James, you'll see that perspective on that text, and you compare and see the different biases and come to your own conclusion. Always pray and ask the Most High to give you understanding when stating His word, of course. And one good one I don't have on here, but I have on my phone, is the KJB, the Complete Jewish Bible. And you can compare that to the King James or another English translation. So let's see what else. So here is the graphics viewer. I don't really use this much myself, so you can come over here and check it out. Look at different maps and all kinds of stuff. And this is the reference library. So again, what I have in here, you might not get it when you first download stuff, because I had a souped up version. So I have Fox's Book of Martyrs. I think I have the Dead Sea Scrolls in here. Then you can click on different scrolls and it'll come up. Then you gotta click out of that to get back to it. Alright, let's see what else can I show. So here's where you go to download stuff. And if you need updates, right there,